Okay, so this is my trip to Britain, kind of travel guide or travel vlog series, part 1. Anyway, so I went to Britain for 18 days in last year's December and this year's January. Yeah. And went to a few places, went to London, went to Oxford, Cambridge, Edinburgh. I never know exactly how to pronounce the word. Cardiff, Bath, Portsmouth. So 7 cities. There's a really great experiences. So the first day that I arrived in London is 24th of December, so Christmas Eve. I went there like very early morning. There were still people on the streets and stuff, and by foot I walked around London and saw all those tourist spots like people would normally see, like Big Ben, Westminster, all the parks and stuff, until it got dark, and then I got tired with all the huge backpack behind me, and so I found the hostel and settled down. Just fell dead on my bed. I was so tired. But then on the first day I was so amazed by the parks. Like where I live, we don't have parks like this huge. We don't have green areas like those. We don't have little ducks to feed. We don't have squirrels like running on the pavements or whatever, and people feeding the ducks, the little birds and stuff. Oh, it was so great. And the sunlight, like before, like the sunlight when it was dawn, around 4 o'clock by the time. It was so amazing. I was amazed by the parks mainly. And so I fell dead on my bed. There was only me in the big room. I chose to stay in the biggest room possible in hostel because I like to meet people. That's the main purpose why you go to hostels, right? Aside from saving money. But then there was no one in my room. I don't know why. But then so I just fell asleep. But when I woke up around 8 or around dinner time, there was a guy standing by the end of my bed, you know. And I was like not really conscious, you know, just waking up. And then he asked me if you want to hang out or walk around London like for the night, and I think that's the culture of hostel, you know, hang out with other travelers. So I just say yes, and so we did, and it's as if like London had emptied itself, or people had emptied London. So literally it was just me and him who walked around London. There was nobody in the square, nobody in the tube station. Maybe there was 1 or 2 people in the tube station, but that was it. And there was only me and him. Later there was a group of youngsters coming, but initially it was just me and him slow walking on London Bridge. How romantic is it? And all the lights. It was crazy, but it was really good. And so that was the first day in London. The second day I went across those parks on my own. It's Christmas Day. Couldn't see many people there, but there was still people working in cafe, for example. It was around 10, but I was still in the zone that I had no idea about. Tourists don't usually go there. It was south of London, and it was like much further south from the natural museums and stuff. So it was a long walk. if I had to go back to my hostel to walk to Natural History Museum and across the park back to my hostel in is it Waterloo Bay? Oh no, Bayswater. My hostel was around the station. So it was late at night and it was really scary, and there was no people in the dim alleys or the little streets. But I was, really lost with my map. It was a long way back. I knew I had to walk in dark across the park back to hostel. Really kind of nervous, not really frightened because I'm very brave person compared to many others, I would say. I mean, compared with the friends I have anyway, boys and girls. But I was nervous at that point. And suddenly there were like three men drunk in an alley, and I was like with my glasses on looking at my map, really confused, and they said, "Hey babe, are you lost? You need some help?" and giving me all the cues and stuff. And that was the last thing a girl who is traveling alone needs to hear or wants to hear. That's so freaking scary. And I just literally walked all the way, hope that I would be blessed to be safe and make my way away from those men. Just don't do this to female travelers, please. It's so scary. Whatever your intentions are, how good your intentions are, just you scare the freak out of them. But the second night, like prior to all this scary running back to home scenario, I explored other parts like Chinatown and the areas where Harrods is, and just fringes and some fringes down south of London, the parks, and it was great. And that was my second day and night in London. And on the second day, a guy from Paris arrived in the room as well, and it was good, but I was too tired, didn't get to chat with my roommates or other backpackers, I guess. So, and then on to the next day is the 26th, but I'll make another video, or I'll skip 26th and jump to my fancies in other parts of Britain. See ya.